What is happening, Troops? Welcome back to the World Cup Roundup, brought to you by Wireless, the best place to keep up to date with everything to do with the FIFA 22 World Cup. What a couple of days we've had.
Crazy.
Messi magic in Morocco out. What are we saying?
Messi.
The GOAT.
Messi.
He's so good, isn't he? So
Messi.
good. Unbelievable.
Try to tell you about this guy. He's kept doubting him. Argentina are winning the World Cup.
I did have Brazil down to win it in my predictions, but
I think I did as well.
I've been pleasantly surprised because obviously I wanted Argentina to win it.
You were slagging me about Croatia.
I thought they were unremarkable up until the game they played Brazil. Then they were outstanding, and then come to 2 nights ago now. Don't know.
Try to tell you, man. Try to tell you, Luka Modric. He had the game tied up again. He was so good. He was so good, man.
I think he's good, mate. But I think if you look at, we'll obviously get into the nitty gritty in a couple of minutes. But if you look at the actual the way that the game's unfolded, no just in that game, but through the course of the tournament, I don't think anyone's come close to Messi in terms of how their country relies on them and having to produce on the big stage. It's unbelievable.
Do you think this is a Ballon d'Or again for Messi?
It's hard to say, innit?
Tough question.
Right, he's the best player for PSG as well, isn't he? So he's been great this season.
It's early.
All three of them do so well, and I think going back to the Argentina, I think the players around him have kind of helped him as well. Although he does provide moments of geniusness, I just think the players around him have carried their own weight as well.
I think, do you know what we're going to do? See, for Christmas, we're going to bring out a Ben's dictionary, right? And we're just going to
start. I was going to say, is that what?
It's going to be entertainment.
It's going to be entertainment.
Geniusness.
Is genius a word? Can we get that checked? Is that
geniusness?
Is that a word?
I don't know. It doesn't sound right. I know I do that all the time. It's so bad.
It is a word.
But before we get into the reaction, let me kick us off with Ben's favourite segment of the show, the big 3 points.
Ooh.
Big man sitting well clear with 12 points. You still don't have any.
I've got any points.
You don't have any.
But the night this is going to change.
Nobody got the Russell Latipi one, and Craig's on 9. So this is probably a good time to let you know. Actually, we recorded a full quarter final reaction, and the audio failed on the video, so we've not had time.
The audio failed in Dicko's mic, but the guy talked twice. The whole thing,
and I wasn't there, so it wasn't even worth watching because there was nobody saying anything stupid. So,
true,
do you know what I mean?
For the viewers at home who obviously don't know who Dicko is one of our producers, Callum Dixon, and
let's just say we're behind the mic.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be coming back out from the recording.
He's not going to be. The 3 words that he did say.
It was brutal. It was brutal. He's a lovely boy, but
we love you, but
nah.
A face for the radio.
No. Oh, I didn't say that.
No, a face for the radio, was it?
Oh, I know.
I could have got that wrong.
Just so random,
I could actually got that wrong.
No, it's a face for the radio. You can't see it.
Sorry, Dicko.
So I've mixed it up a bit again tonight. You know I like to mix it up. So we've only got 3 players left. And
I did.
So what I think what you're trying to say there is you've done the other 2 midfielders.
Yeah. So we obviously the quarter final, the audio failed. So on that we covered the quarter final, the big 3 points we covered, the remaining 2 central midfielders. Ben got them both, taking him from 6 to 12.
On the first guess.
Who were the 2
both of them?
Who were the 2 of them?
Ki Sung-young and Jackson Irvin.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay,
so
nice one.
they were actually quite hard, so fair play for getting particularly like.
I got muddled up on one of them and they're like, what? And I says, oh well, that even worked out better. Superb.
Nice one.
So I've mixed it up a wee bit tonight. I'm going to give you the remaining 3 players. So this gives you the perfect chance to try and. So you basically.
So can I beat Craig if I? Oh no.
Oh no, you draw.
You can draw with Craig. So
okay.
It's the big 3 points. So if any of you haven't watched the show before and don't know how it works, I have picked a starting 11 of players in a 4-3-3 formation who have played for a team in Scotland but also represented a country at a World Cup during or since 1998. Each episode I'll give you the big 3 points or clues. You basically have 3 guesses to pick out the player. If you guess the player correctly, you win yourself the big 3 points. If nobody guesses the player correctly, ultimately everyone's going to forfeit the points. Obviously Ben's at the top on 12, Craig's on 9.
He's got 12.
He's got 12. He had got 2 right and then got the 2 in the last episode, so we're including that because it's not fair on him. So we've got 3 players left. I'm going to go through all 3 tonight. So the way I'm going to work
So he's won then?
He's won already, but if you
so this is damage limitation for me.
Pretty much, remember someone's getting a forfeit at the end of it. So whoever's got the player with the lowest number of points at the end of the tournament will do a forfeit picked out by you guys, the listeners, on a poll on Twitter. Head over to @WirelessPod to get involved. So I'm going to give you all 3 clues for the first player, the now, and then we'll talk about the Argentina game. I'm going to give you all 3 clues for the second player.
Do we get 3 guesses then?
Yeah. So you get 1 guess per clue, right?
Okay.
So your first clue, or first big point, this player has played with Barry Ferguson, Alan McGregor, and Thomas Gravison. we need to get some dramatic music introduced in the post edit.
I don't know. I'm probably messing up this country here, man. Vice? No.
Vice? No, I
Vladimir.
think he was Russian.
Is that the first time you've guessed? Right after first.
I think so.
Oh no, he got the last two.
I got
you
the
said.
last two.
Yeah,
Sorry.
mate. So Ki Sung Young, you got with the first clue. I can't remember what the first clue was.
It was like Freddie Jumberger, Arteta. I can't remember it,
I can't
honestly.
remember. The clues were pretty hard, but he got them both first time. Mate. Like he done well for it.
Say the players again. Gravison.
Gravison, Alan McGregor, Barry Ferguson.
Why am I thinking of Vice? Don't know. Maybe I should just speak in the final point.
So you're going to give the other point now?
Yeah,
Just give the other point now.
So if you don't want to throw a name out, I'll move on to the second one. This player has won 2 SPFL league titles with Rangers.
Loudrup.
Not Loudrup. You're not a million miles away though.
Fuck. I know it.
No.
The third and final clue. This player has played 1 minute for Denmark at the 2002 World Cup.
I've got a guess. I'll be generous and let you go first.
If you said Laudrup,
I said Loudrup, mate. I know who mine.
Lovencrantz?
Peter Lovencrantz.
No way.
As soon as it
Why did I let him go, mate? I just guessed.
I don't
soon
know,
as it
mate.
Denmark and he's already said Lundberg, I was like, that. Oh no, Lundberg, not. I was like, well, I only know one other Danish player that's playing.
Fair play, man. He's got his first big points. He's on the board.
Yeah.
He's up and running. Well done.
I'm getting all three.
Right, Croatia, Argentina.
What I don't know.
What do we make of it?
Mate, I thought it was actually a really good game, honestly. I think it anytime you get to see Messi on top form is it was Messi on top form. It's the best thing for me. There's a lot of sports that I enjoy, and there's a lot of sports I enjoy to watch more than football. But when Messi's playing, man, for an hour and a half, I wouldn't rather watch anything else in the world when he's on that sort of form than just Lionel Messi. That's all I've done. I would just watch them walk about for an hour and a half, and then.
Do you know what it's good to see? I'm quite happy Dybala got a wee run it.
I was happy.
Yeah, Dybala's a good player. He's a good player.
I think he's just
Jingle
coming
for a
back.
winning final.
No,
Don't think so. I think
you stick with what's tested. Like you seen it the night with Morocco and France. We'll get to that, but I thought Argentina, well, they looked good. People wrote them off against Netherlands. They looked good. Bar the 10 minutes, and I don't know how. Thank God, 3 referees got sent home. They were just shit.
that was bad.
The refs were really bad this for World Cup, but I don't think that there's been a lot of times where I've went with that's the right decision.
Yeah, well, speaking of decisions, just generally speaking, then let me ask. See the penalty that was awarded when Livakovic brings Julian Alvarez, I think it was, down for the first goal. What was your take on that? Because the Sky Sports, the BBC pundits were adamant it wasn't a penalty.
I thought it was.
What do you think?
I'm always on side of the goalkeeper, right? I think he's got to come out, right? So he's got to come out, and he's allowed to come out off his line. He's made an attempt for the ball. The ball has went past him, so the boys got to the ball first. So then at that point, then it doesn't matter who's got the ball. Then the ball's free.
I don't think he's even making the ball if there was no defenders around him anyway. I feel with that, the way it happened, you stick your leg out, you're going to get hit with a leg, you're going to get hit with a thigh. So I feel you just go for it and you make a meal of it. Like, it was a penalty in my opinion. Was he going to get the ball? No. The defenders were there covering him, but the keeper can't really do anything else.
In the old rules, he wouldn't have.
What are you saying then? Are you saying it is a penalty or it's not?
I don't know, but I think it is a penalty, right? But I think, can you remember the Gonda against, was it Croatia it was against? Can't
No,
remember.
sure, I couldn't tell you.
When the boys fell in front of him.
Oh, and the keepers fell on top
Who was
of
that
him.
against?
That was Germany.
I didn't think that was one, because, and it's kind of the same way that I'm saying this. It's like, right, well then, this is completely different actually. When I think about it, but the one with Gonda, I feel as if the first one isn't a foul, as we know. So that was the one where he's made the challenge. So then the second one when the boy's on the ground and he's no giving the foul for the first one,
The keepers fell on him.
then Gonda's fell early tap him. So
you don't need to
technically
put yourself in that position.
he's fouling Gonda. Because he didn't get
Right, I do know what you're talking about.
So-
I get you. I
get
where
me?
you come from.
So,
that.
So you saying I or no then?
I would have gave a, if I was a ref, I would have gave a penalty. But looking back on it, I can see why people are.
What about you?
But
For me, I understand where the pundits are coming from. he's come out and then he's stood still when he realised he's not getting it, but he's still become an obstruction. He stops Alvarez getting there. So for
It would
me,
be a free kick if it happened in the middle of the park.
yeah. So that's what I was going to say. If you're a central midfielder, say we're watching a Celtic Rangers game, and I'll use Celtic as an example because we're Celtic fans. If Cal McGregor skips past,
Like he done with that Bassey goal, wasn't it? Like when he got past him.
yeah,
exactly.
so see, once he's past him, if Bassey was to jump in front of him, and
It's a body check, isn't it?
it's a body check, it's a foul. You're not allowed to obstruct somebody, even
Has,
though
has,
you
he,
know
has he obstructed him for collecting the ball?
I
Even
don't-
if he wasn't getting the ball, yes. If
He's obstructed
has he
his path.
impeded him?
Aye.
He's impeded him. So then
You look at how soft the free kicks are given, particularly from set pieces. When the ball comes in, if there's two people nudging each other,
Aye.
or whatever,
don't.
they
The one
give it
thing
for
actually I
everyone,
would
so
say
for me
The
is
it's
goalies are so protected nowadays.
Aye, the
Shocking, man.
one thing I would say is it's no yellow card for me.
I agree with that. I
think in the rules of the game is though it is now because
no,
you
that's
can't.
what it is,
If it was a penalty, you couldn't send somebody off. But if it was outside the box and he brought him down and he was last man, it's a red card and a
Aye.
free kick.
Aye, so what's that rule?
So it's double jeopardy, so they can't give the penalty and a red card. They
Aye.
can only give the penalty and a yellow card. So does that mean then that the ref was going to give him a red card without that rule being there? Because in that case, they've got to have
Aye,
a
it's never
rethink
gonna
about
be,
the full
is it?
rules in.
Aye,
They've
I
got to
would
think
agree
about the
with that.
rules in because double jeopardy. I get that rule, and I like that rule that you can't have a man sent off a penalty because that's like two things that, do you know what I mean, at once.
aye.
But
You've
then
already been impeded.
beginning of card, does that mean if he end up in a tussle with a box and the box later on in the game they would have sent him off after having which people are arguing isn't even a penalty or no, it's not even a stone wall. It's a harsh one. But
What did you make of Croatia's approach to the game? Because for me, I honestly thought they were going to sit in, but they looked like they were getting in the ball, trying to break the lines and try and make things happen.
I
I thought they were actually really good in spells. It just never came off.
I think I've been saying it the full time with Croatia about how good Perisic is. I feel as if this game,
Thought he was off a wee bit.
I
He just
think
maybe
they
looked
tried to use him
exhausted.
too much.
Aye.
I feel as if they were constantly left wing all the time. I would have actually switched them wings at half time and just tried them on the right side, cutting in, and just seeing if that gave you a different approach because you were done then, you were out anyway.
Apart from anything else, that's going to pull. Who's the left back? Who started for
I can't even.
Is that
remember
Acuna?
his name.
For Argentina, that was Tagliafico.
Tagliafico? So if Tagliafico's going to come inside with him, at least it's opening up the overlap for
Juranovic.
Juranovic to come in. So I can understand that. I think that's not,
And
it's not a bad
Sosa,
idea.
Sosa, the other left back that they used, didn't use Barisic. But he
Thinks he's Chris Sutton, doesn't he?
no, but he is very defensive.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have went up. Even when he did get up,
Uh-huh.
he was trying to swing balls in, and you could see that wasn't a part of his game.
Even
Yeah.
with Barisic, man, he'd have been found out. Like I just feel.
I thought Sosa was actually very good. I thought he defended very well. I just think
I agree that Barisic would have been showing up defensively. I don't think he's a great defender, but in terms of going forward, I think there's few better in the league in Scotland at getting on the outside.
Aye.
no,
opposite the
I think he
box.
is the best on the left at getting forward.
You're probably right. I think Tavernier's very good at it as well.
And he's on the
Juranovic is
right,
good,
obviously,
Taylor's
aye, aye.
good, but for me,
I think that
getting round the
that's
left, I would
difference.
agree. I
Aye.
would say he's the best attacking left back
I thought
at the minute.
Modric and Kovacic just complement each other so well.
Oh,
and
definitely.
I know we're talking
Kovacic
about like
does so much running that
Aye.
other people you don't see it.
Never loses the ball.
You don't see it, and that as well. See the retaining possession and recycling, just
Yeah.
getting a ball that's in a nothing area and just finding the right pass to play to make the move go. It's
we are talking about the Messis, the Ronaldos, the De Bruynes, but boys, let's be honest, this is Modric's last World Cup as well.
Aye.
And when he came out, first thing he said is, I hope he goes on and does well. Wasn't he talking about the team? He was talking about Messi.
Yeah.
He says he's one of the best to do it. So I think every player probably that's kind of grew up with Messi and Ronaldo, played against them, similar ages, they're wanting them to go on and actually do it. For me, that puts the debate to bed in terms of who clinches it.
Yeah.
However, both 3-4, there's probably about 6 phenomenal players.
I think doing it at this age for him as well would mean a wee bit extra because you look at the way both teams were structured. They sort of tried to play up to Ronaldo the first 3 games. Argentina have only played through Messi for all their games. Did you say to me he's been involved in every single goal?
I think there's only one goal that he's not been involved in. I think everything else, and I seen a stat the other day. I can't really remember it. Out of it, see when he went on the 36 game run, he contributed to something like 47 goals.
It's a joke, isn't it? It's
deadly.
unbelievable. And
Like that's like, come on, man.
for me, we are talking about the greatest player of our generation. I've yet to see anybody put in an individual performance like he did last night. No, just at his age, but at any age. Mbappe's come close with a few, but did you see what Damien Duff said? Damien Duff said that Kylian Mbappe
Damien Duff.
at his peak it couldn't lace Messi's boots in like 2009.
No, mate,
It's a mad shout.
Do you think
but
Mbappe is at his peak? But I think the boy's still got a lot to do. I think he needs to. I think when he goes to like a Real Madrid, like Ronaldo done, made a name for himself. I think he needs to go, but I don't think he should be going to Spain, bro. Like go and test it in Premier League.
I hope he doesn't move club for a long time.
I'm the opposite. I hope he goes to a top team that's going to play in a slightly more competitive league. France isn't the most competitive. It's
the same with the German league. I don't even know. You'd have all your money in Bayern Munich winning every game, but yet they go get beat 5-2 off of Hoffenheim or something.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's wild.
For me, La Liga is the pinnacle of football in my opinion. It's got two of the biggest clubs in the world. You've got Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Arguably the biggest two in the world. Bar Man United, honestly, that's probably it.
Aye, Man United up there as well. You're now looking at Xavi sort of turning the corner with Barca. So is that possibility? I know the
have you
financials are a
watched
bit.
Barca?
Are they back to good again?
Mate, honestly, mate.
I only watched one or two games.
Unbelievable, mate. The football they play. It's no possession for possession's sake now. It's so direct, and they've still got that tiki taka thing, but they're up the part in 20 seconds.
That's
and it's like, mate, you've got watch. See if he's got a chance in the next Barca game. Watch it. That's unreal.
What did you make of the third goal then? Oh no, sorry, we've not spoken about the second goal. The boys picked it up and just
Alvarez
ran the length of the park, 80 yards. He covered.
Do you know what my dad luck?
But do you know what my dad said?
He's out of luck.
But my dad said to me, my dad said to me, if you played in a World Cup, that's a goal that you would score.
Mate,
that is the most Conor McInnes goal that I've ever seen in my life, mate. He's lost the ball 4 times. I was like, what a goal! My dad's like, he just ran. That's all he done. He just ran like
100%,
you did, mate.
100%.
But I know but it's the concentration. I know, like the concentrating that he's lost it, but I'm going to keep going. But I've lost it. But it's that bite. It's that Argentina bite, and it's like nah. But then I think Ali McCoy spoke about it as well when I watched back in the highlights. Me and my dad were screaming and bawling, so we didn't even hear what anybody was saying. But I think when Marita ran by everybody that had the ball, the right back ran diagonally and took Sosa along with him, and Sosa was the one that lost the ball in the box for Alvarez. He wouldn't have been in that position. That would have bounced it through the keeper if Sosa hadn't stopped the ball and kicked it up in there. And it was Marita's run, mate.
What did you say the right back's called? Marita?
Marita, isn't it? Is it not?
I thought it was Celino.
No, Marita.
Is it?
I'm sure it is.
We'll need to do a fact check on that.
I'm sure it's Marita.
I thought it was Celina or Celino.
No, I'm sure. Check it.
We'll check it later on.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. But obviously you said, just to come back to what you said about luck, right? If you just made that name up.
No, I'm sure it is Marita.
That was a good.
Mate, see if it's no, because he's an Atletico Madrid player. So see if it's no. Then I've done a madness, mate, because he plays for my team.
Right, what were you saying, Jimmy?
What you said about luck, I agree. There's an element of luck that comes with that. But see, covering the 80 yards and having that, like you're talking about the grit and desire just to keep winning it back, keep fighting, get that extra touch to get yourself away.
Do you know how knacking it is running 80 yards, mate? Never mind chasing a ball.
I've never done that in my life, mate.
I know, mate. I know. Really?
Molina.
Molina. Aye.
I suppose you get the start of the name, I get the end of the name. So we'll say we teamed it. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Nice, good team.
Aye, so what'd you make of the third goal?
Messi.
He's turned Guardiola inside out.
Have you seen the fan view?
It's a halfway line. He starts at the halfway line and he just goes, I think arguably the best centre half at the tournament. He just kind of goes like to him. Come on, youngster, I'll show you. Come on.
Do you know what
this is what world class is being like. Come on, catch me.
I feel like compared to a veteran in the game like a Van Dijk hits him into corner.
I think
like,
he would have
probably.
I feel like he's just
trying to prove that.
Not even that. He was just like, I know what you're going to do. I'll try and keep up with you. But it's just, bro, you gave Messi half a yard. He's in front of you.
That's
you
what
touch him, he's done.
He done it 3 or 4 times on the left wing where he puts his back to goal, and he does that wee shuffle step over. Aye. And I was like, he's going to do something. He's going to do something, man. He's got way too much space.
Alvarez a game on it.
Alvarez scored off the back of it, but for me, it's such an old school way of playing where it's like wee quick shot, sharp changes of direction.
Jimmy Johnson and stuff in it.
Kind of, mate, and I think that's what throws Guardiola off because see, I think he's much better suited to defend someone like I don't know, like an Mbappe or a Haaland who's going to be a bit more direct, straight runs, and just they back themselves to get the better of you. So it's really just a matchup. Messi's really just slowed him down and went, hold on a minute. I'm no as quick as that. I'm going to show you something a bit different. Slows himself down, takes it into the corner, takes the foot off the gas, puts it back on, off the gas, turns him.
Do you know what's magic about Messi, but right? It's nothing that you don't think that you can do. You don't look at him and you go, I couldn't do a wee shimmy and then go to the left. But it's the way that he does it that just bamboozles every other defender that's ever came up. I mean, remember when he flared Boateng? He didn't do it. He didn't do it. All he did was run in and cut that way, and Boateng's like, ah, fuck that shit. Know what I mean? Like it's the way he does it. And then Alan McCoy said on commentary, right, that he's got the biggest big toe in the world football because he constantly just gets there, Messi. Because you think you've got him, and he just gives a wee toe away, aye.
I thought my brain was. I thought that was a fact there, and I was like, "What actually?"
No, but what do you make it? Ali McCoy's just on it. What do you make him?
I thought he was trying to batter Juranovic's performance.
I felt that as
it
well.
Was so, I felt awkward watching it. Like I was just like, mate, you've done so well for yourself here, man. Just like leave the old firm with it, man. Like you can tell a wee bit, but I thought I would watch any game.
But we're slowly getting closer back to the start of the season again. I think he's slowly turning on that back.
Do you see what Juranovic has come out and said? Do you see what Juranovic has come out and said? I don't know if it's true or not. I've seen it on one of Celtic pages on Twitter. But it was like that. He says to his agent, he doesn't want to hear any news. Like he's fully committed. So I don't know if that's games or like. Obviously that'll play a part. Like that Morocco boy, who's it? Ulani, the number 8. Aye.
Oh no, Morocco.
I think it's Ulani or something like that.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, centre mid.
Mate, that boy's due a move, man. He was special. Amrabat's coming home.
I love Amrabat to come to Celtic. He's unbelievable. But let's not make it a Celtic podcast. Bear in mind, we've still got.
Oh no, well here's one. Did you hear Andy Halliday talking about Johnson?
That was mad.
He phoned up his brother and said that boy's due a move somewhere. He's brilliant. And then he's like, I was disgusted to see his height was there.
I'm conscious that we're wandering off topic a wee bit, but just while we have ventured, right? Like, let me ask, what do you make of? So Celtic approached, or Postecoglou approached Johnson 2 months ago, right? Mm-hmm. So what would that have been? What is it now? December. So that's coming into October. Mm-hmm. So
quick maths.
Aye. So that's obviously just off the back of a transfer window. So he never signed him then. So do you think Postecoglou's went and thought, right, okay, the World Cup's coming up, and I think Josip Juranovic is going to have a good. Do you think he's bottom off his anticipation for how Juranovic is going to be, or what do you think the process is?
No, I don't think it's how Juranovic will be. I think he wanted to see him. Mm-hmm. I think he wanted to see him in a place where, let's be honest, right, we need to sign players that can play against big teams. They can play against the best players in the world. So when you put him in an environment where it's literally the best players that a country has to offer, if he shines through, which I think he did, I don't think he shone through. I think he done all right.
I think the first 3 games he done his part. I thought he was okay. I don't think he was great.
I liked his press as well. I think that will excite Ange. That Canada press a lot, and he pressed hunters throughout the tournament. Aye. I think that will impress Ange as well. But
did you see the story about last thing on it before we move on? He goes, so the Canadian manager wanted to play me as a right centre-back, so he phones me up in the lead up to the tournament and says, listen, this is the shape I want to play, so I want you playing there, and then you'll need to press out and then come back in. So he's like, that right centre-half? Played there all my life, mate.
I think he's never played there
in his life, mate.
Unbelievable. Yeah, but back to Croatia, Argentina, obviously commiserations to Luka Modric and Josip Juranovic as well, but
and Barisic.
Argentina deserved it on the day,
and Perisic, man, because that'll be Perisic's last as well. I think he's still one of the most underrated wingers that has been in Argentina. I don't know how people can't see how good this guy is, man. Like, we've
had a very great wingers, and I know what you're saying. He's
so
up there, but
good, mate. He's so. See, for me, he's the most consistent winger that I've watched. Mm-hmm. Everywhere he goes, he always scores. He's always a part of something that happens constantly. Every time he's in a game, he does something constantly, whether it be assisting, being the one that sets up the assist or scores the goals. He just does.
That was one of the best headers I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, he's bullet.
Who was it he scored? Who was that against?
I can't even remember, mate.
Was it Belgium? Japan. The header? Japan. It was Japan. The header. Mate, it starts about that outside the post and bends in. It's unbelievable.
It's a great header.
I think you could do that. In fact, no, maybe not your head.
I know my 50p head, man.
You want to do that.
What? No, because that'll take another few inches off his cell. He's no good at that.
Right, I think we've covered enough Croatia, Argentina, so back to the big 3 points.
I'm getting this one along, mate.
The second player. So don't give him a head start this time.
I'm just going to go for it.
Did you? I never actually asked that. So see the first clue. Did you know that it was? Oh no, the first clue. The first player. Did you know it was Lovenkrands at the second?
Aye. I was just going to let him do it. Aye.
After you said
I was just going to let him go for it.
Right. Okay. So the second player.
My can't stop twitching, man.
Your first big point. This player has played with Patrice Evra, Adebayor, and Kostas Mitroglou.
Where was Mitroglou? Fulham in Greece. Samaras.
Yes, Georgios Samaras. Aye, sorry, I gave you. Aye, you're right. Actually, aye, it is.
Mitroglou. Greece.
Kostas Mitroglou.
No way.
That's actually sharp.
I tell you what. Do you know
You
why?
gave him the left wing at the instead of the
Do
striker.
you know why I'm so impressed? I gave him right. So see.
What have you done?
So see the second player. I gave you the first two players for him, and then the last player for the third clue. The third player. So I've not even give you the full clue, and he's got it.
So he's only got one player in that whole thing.
I just chose Mitroglou because I only know Mitroglou for playing in Turkey and playing for Fulham, and then I was like Greece.
Mate, I can't believe how bad a mess I've made of that. Right, okay, so
I've done it.
Mate,
I've
he's
done
only
it
the
anyway.
second player now as well.
we'll do that at the end. So let me give you what the actual clue would have been for Georgios Samaras, right?
Let's
Now,
see if I got it.
this player has played with Scott Brown, Stephen Ireland, and Kostas
Ah,
Mitroglou.
aye.
Wait, I literally just picked Mitroglou.
Just because you just singled out the Greece thing.
Mate.
I can't believe I've done that. I've had a mare. So the second clue for him would have been this player has scored 53 goals in 171 SPFL games. It's not actually a bad return. I thought he would have scored more than that,
Yeah.
to be fair, but
You love a Georgios Samaras run at St Ambrose.
aye, yeah. So we when we play Runny Any, right? I always do that. Do you mind the goal he scored? I think it was
Well,
against.
he stops and then he cuts back.
Aye, he just stop
Aye.
starts like 2-3 times. Like
Aye.
we're talking about Messi, he does the stop, start,
And
stop,
Samaras
start.
was very much Messi before me.
I agree with that 100%, mate. But he just comes in off the left like a fucking majestic
Aye,
horse,
gets
mate.
the
Just
pen.
the big galloping legs, cuts
Aye.
in, just sweeps it. So I always try it, mate. I never get it. I never
He's
get
always first up.
it. Aye, true, mate. So, and the third clue was he scored 9 goals in 81 games for Greece.
At
Oh,
the
when
Greece
he-
one.
Aye,
I
if
wouldn't,
when
yeah.
you said that, I would have probably got
Aye.
it anyway. But Mitroglou, Greece, my man Mitroglou. I loved Mitroglou. I used to always buy him
So
for
wait,
goals,
what
to
did
be
you
fair.
say? So Patrice Evra, somebody else. I'm trying to get a head start
Oh,
here.
Aye, so
Nah, I'm only joking.
Nah,
Wait,
I know, but Patrice Evra, what was the other one?
I don't know, mate. I can't remember.
France, Morocco.
We just watched it there.
Just watched it.
Thought France were France. I thought Morocco should definitely have not tried to compensate Mbappe
With the back five.
with a back five. They should have stuck to their task, but again, they're carrying so many injuries.
Aye, true. What do you make of Say's actually making it on the park at all?
What was it that was wrong then?
His
He
thigh,
gets stretchered off with his thigh in the last game.
and they only got 20. But do you see, they've
Keep
done it a
20
few
minutes.
times. Like there was another boy supposed to be playing right centre back.
Aguerd.
Was it?
Mhm.
And,
Oh, for West Ham.
Oh, does he play for us?
aye, and then he got taken off. I just feel. I thought when they had the ball after they went 1-0 down, the right side was open and Mbappe wasn't chatting back, leaving a 3-on-2 at the right side. And I feel if they noticed that sooner rather than the last 10 minutes, it could have been a different game.
I feel as if Hakimi was second thinking going forward or not all the time. We were saying this when we were watching it. Like, there was 20 minutes left. You're in a World Cup semi-final and he was standing on the ball.
Aye.
Was he?
I was standing on the ball at right back and I was like to Jimmy, would you have ever done that? And he's like, nah. It's the semi-final of a World Cup. Surely as a fullback you're taking the ball, you're looking up, you're gone.
Aye.
Surely, and he had about, 20-30 yards that he could have just galloped into and he's looked inside and gave it to Amrabat and I went, they're not going to
So
get
you
a goal
need
here.
sometimes you need to consider maybe that's the tactics. But speaking of tactics, I think they shot themselves in the foot, like you say. Can I agree more with the back five? That's where the goal comes from. See, trying to play out, losing it, and then. But see, for me, see if you're going to play with the back five, don't play out. That's what Scotland play for the back five. They play you that more direct, and then play off the second ball. And you get the players to play in the advanced positions because that means that see your two wingers who are playing high. If you're playing with either 3 up front or if you're playing with 2 off or
Floating
whatever.
midfield on that.
Aye. You've got players that can move into positive spaces as
Aye.
opposed to negative ones. So when players are having to commit, if you're playing with a back five, right, and they're all stationary, they need to pass the ball into that area in there.
Aye.
So see when you're
That's
trying to
only where
pass.
the boy can go.
So if Amrabat's there, Giroud just sat on him. They knew they were going to do that. So
They
Giroud
didn't
sat on
press.
him.
France are not a pressing
Aye.
team.
So they just let Giroud
Yeah,
sit on him.
How
and
good is
basically said,
Griezmann, by the
What
way?
you got to do? Mate,
Griezmann in the
sorry.
midfield, mate, is just a
Check
different.
Rabiot's back for the final.
He's better than Fofana.
Be sickness bug is a sickness. Is it for
yeah,
sickness?
If he-
He'll be back.
For me, he's a better player than Fofana.
But I think they've played very well tonight, and I think that. See the way they used Giroud the last World Cup?
Aye.
They're now using Griezmann for that.
Aye, just like a.
Just
no,
just
I don't
like
want to say
because
playmaker, but
Griezmann
just the dirty work.
his defensive work as well.
aye.
Like he cleared 3 balls at the box, crosses into the
he's,
box.
he's honestly brilliant. I'm a big fan of Griezmann, and we spoke about it earlier. See if Griezmann had scored maybe 2 or 3 goals at the tournament, I think you're looking at potentially golden ball.
Aye.
He's got a couple of assists. Probably not done enough.
He is my man, to be fair.
Oh no way,
He's
your
my man.
screensaver.
I've got my screensaver. I've had it for about 3 years.
Is he still playing with
He's
Atletico?
had it for about 3 years. The guy had these Aguirre like last week.
No, I had these again until he left Celtic the second time. I love you, Emilio.
I mean, imagine Emilio Aguirre's watching this.
Oh, mate.
Walking down Silverburn.
Mate, I always say this.
Does he still live in Scotland?
No, but he had the joke that he was saying in the podcast.
Oh my God, Charlie.
Alright, Shagger.
Oh my God.
I know, but I know.
I forgot.
Listen, this one, right? So I can't remember where, but we were waiting outside Celtic Park one day or something, right, for all the players coming out. And we left, and all the players just went straight on the coach and whatever, right? I can't remember what it was. And I was sitting for ages, and I just wanted to see he's a gay, right? And I'd never seen him. And then apparently he came back out the bus and took pictures with him, and I'd walked away, mate. I would have regret. I would have actually regret. I would have regret, mate. I swear to God, I wanted to die.
I feel we need to give highest praise to Morocco, but for getting
Unbelievable.
for getting so far. I feel like I don't watch enough players in Morocco to say, but I feel like there may be 1 or 2 players off, like a first class striker. They've got exciting front three.
I like N-Naziri,
Front
but
two. He
think
just
he's
misses
alright.
too much.
I think he's okay. I think if you're going to play in a team
Puts
like
1
that,
in 6 away.
I think if you're playing a team like that, you need someone who's clinical, because the way they play, they're going to create chances in that. The only thing they lacked for me was proper cutting edge. Ziyech can come in, and we spoke about this watching the game, and no just speaking off the front, but see, like you're saying, see once they switch to the back four, so there was all that space in the middle, because they don't really play with like 3 midfielders. Amrabat plays, and then there's the boy, I don't know how to say his name, Anwar.
It came on for the
No, number 8, the one that you like.
Unani or something.
Unani. So he sort of likes to play further forward. So
he's very straight, He's very up and down in that one line.
So you've then got Ziyech coming in and picking the ball up in it like CDM. It's one of your best attackers. So see if you've got someone who can hold their own up front a wee bit better. I think that would.
They gave, and I think that's how they got so much success. Well, you touched on it, and when we were watching the game, see again Ziyech that much attacking freedom, where it's like, right, if we're not getting the ball, you can come in and get it. Because he was finding himself at the left wing, the right wing, taking the ball 1-2s, and then finding himself at the left, and holding the ball, bringing it back through 1-2s. But I think, like you says, I think them trying to stop Mbappe actually stop them from playing football. Which is, it's a point in a way, but when it doesn't work, it looks shocking, and I think it looks bad.
Argentina are going to be too physical for France.
I agree.
Do you think?
1,000,000%. They're going to lay it on them in the first 15-20 minutes. The ref's not going to give you like airs in the first.
I mean,
15-20 minutes.
they're going to pay Paredes for the first 45 minutes like they done the other day.
I like Paredes, by the way.
Is that the number 7?
But see the
the
4
one that plays
players.
for PSG. The one that volleyed the ball into the dugout.
The four
aggressive
players
guy.
that play across the middle of them all play centrally for their club.
Aye.
So you've got players and they're all
How good
quick.
is McAllister?
I mean, it's so good.
He's unreal.
That's what I mean. So you've got players that are capable of playing anywhere. So see whatever situation they find themselves in. As a centre mid, you find yourself anywhere. So see if you're out on the left hand side, a lot of the time you're trying to open somebody up.
How gutting is it that we could have had McAllister playing for Scotland?
What?
That's Scottish McAllister.
Is he actually?
Does sound like a Scottish name, doesn't it?
No,
Mark Alistair, aye.
No, it is.
Is that genuine? Aye,
No,
you
he's
take the
genuine.
piss.
No, he's actually. He's that Scottish. I swear on my life, he's that Scottish.
I know, it's
tell
just
he's
because there's so
winding me
much stuff you've said. Do you know what? I'm going to get it because you're batting up so much. McAllister,
I'm
what you doing,
talking, mate.
Are you?
I'm talking.
He's bought clean into that as well, man. That's a sin.
Don't hit me with a f***ing car going again. Yes! Yeah, wily man.
I had someone message me about that actually, say what happened. Why did you fling that at him?
I started, mate. I couldn't get cornered it because I was going to give him a bit of free sale, man, because it looked a bit battened. So
He's raging.
So I threw it and I just went. I seen it and I just knew it was happening. I just went, do you know what? I'm not going to say it in here, man. See how this pans out. And I didn't mean it, you know that. But just watch it back.
I didn't mean it. I just flung a bottle of dry
Aye, but
shampoo
McAllister,
across
I
the
heard they
table.
are switching to Shorten. But
Yes, by the way, I heard that as well.
I get
Source
it.
corner.
We'll try and make him believe it or not, right?
I miss Craig, mate. I never thought I'd say that, but I miss Craig because Craig brings a bit of.
I don't. Give me the
Same.
next 3 points, mate. You can fucking shove it.
We'll do that at the very end. But what did you make of? What did you make of Giroud again? We obviously spoke about he's playing a slightly different role this year. He's
He's now that striker.
He's like a proper out and out number 9.
Yeah. I thought he could have scored if he took a touch.
When was that?
Morocco
one that hit the
tonight.
post?
No, not that one. That was a good shot. It's like I can't remember the boy's name, but the keeper was off his line,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
and the boy bounces the ball straight to him. He could have took a touch. The belly was behind him, but he just hurt it first time it went by the post. But I feel like he's that player that you can't never count out on. I feel he gives you something different in the air. His link up plays second to
I
none.
love like it's the same thing as like Perisic. I love players like that. They never get the recognition, but they're that good. They're just so good at what they do, man. And they never.
You don't
really
hear
get-
nothing about them in the press. You don't hear
Nah.
nothing. They just do their job. And I seen something that his wife was saying that he could dare Ibrahimovic. He could play at his 40. Like she's got a lot of time where there's going to be football in their lives now because the way he is, the diet he's on, like he's a proper athlete.
Yeah.
But
And-
you can see that. But anyway, what is he? 36.
Is that how old Giroud is?
I don't know what age he's all.
Probably about 21, mate.
Probably, mate. If I've
If
said it.
you say
No,
that,
no. I think he might be 34, but he's old. But he doesn't look old.
Petty Four's
agree.
old.
Mate,
That's
see
old
when,
in football. I'm saying,
see when
sorry.
he comes up in the telly, man. My mom gets so excited. My mom fancies him, man.
Mate, it's the only one my missus asks who's that. The only one that comes on the telly when I'm watching football and chess.
Who's that?
Aye.
What about you?
My missus doesn't watch football, so I'm
I just know
alright,
what
mate.
she
No, she's alright.
fair enough. Aye, in terms of we've covered Griezmann, covered Giroud. You need to come back to Mbappe. He wasn't the best today.
Mate,
Wasn't
see
best
the
today,
one
but-
for the goal. He's getting no right to try and take 5 players on
Aye,
inside the box.
Aye, unbelievable.
I didn't see it because we were on our way here.
Oh mate, you've got to watch it, mate.
Aye, it's
Mate,
different class.
he takes the ball right. He takes the ball, he's back to goal, and Amrabat's coming in this way. The goal's at that side. So instead of just taking the ball and running, because he knows Amrabat's going to come run, he fakes, goes that way. Amrabat runs round, he turns, plays it out to the wing, gets it back, beats 2 men inside the box, has a shot, keeper palms it, and then Kulumuani.
Oh wait, I maybe did see that when we just walked in. Aye,
He's getting it
it
right.
came on for like a couple of seconds or something.
Aye.
If you've not seen it, then you might have missed. There's the ball. I think it was for the off the back of a corner, a set piece or something. The balls came out. I don't know who it was. One of the boys from Morocco. I can't mind who it was. Might have been Ziyech. Maybe no. The balls came out. Sort of turned it, came back
the
over.
Ovi.
overhead kick, man. He's hit it. He's
I
scudded
did.
the
I seen
post.
that. The centre back, the left centre back. Aye.
Oh
That was
my
in the
God,
first
man.
half. That was mental.
Oh,
That
unbelievable.
was.
If
Half
I
his
could do it, it's
shin
like a
pad
completely
a wee
different
bit.
game.
Aye,
The Lloris tipped it on as well. There was a good hand that he got in it.
Did he get a touch on it?
He did. I don't know if it hit the post in his hand, but he definitely did get something on it. 'Cause I remember him.
Fair
I
enough,
remember
fair
seeing
enough.
that.
We come back to the big 3 points.
Here we go.
I've got a feeling I'm going to get this.
Right, okay, so I'll no mess up the clue this time. So this player has played with Patrice Evra, Emmanuel Adebayor,
That was
and Kevin Thompson.
Patrice Evra.
This is a striker.
So you've had your right winger. I've put Lovenkrands was basically a striker as well, but I've put him as like a right forward. Samaras is your left forward. So this player is your out and out striker.
He's played with who?
Played with Patrice Evra, Emmanuel Adebayor, and Kevin Thompson.
Kevin Thompson.
If he gets this, mate, Craig is going to go mental.
Ah, pass. I don't know.
You'd as well just thrown a name out.
Nacho Novo.
Along the right lines, but
No, you're not
No, I'm not saying that. Mate.
this player has won 3 Player of the Year trophies for the Croatia national team.
Jelavic.
No.
Dado Perso.
Dado Bond, my
Don't touch me, mate.
Come on! I've got my dad saved as that on my phone.
What?
I've got Dado Perso. My dad's name on my phone is Dado Perso. My dad's my Rangers fan. I've got his Dado Perso.
Your
on my
dad's
phone.
a Rangers fan?
My dad, a Celtic fan. No, obviously cut Celtic scarf on.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
cannot believe it.
I
Yeah.
can't believe it. That's
Craig.
mad.
You, mate. Yes.
Yes. I've won, mate. I don't care.
So,
Hey, you've still won, eh?
so you're on 12. You're
9.
on 9.
9?
Joint with Craig. So we'll need to come up with a wee tiebreaker.
Let's just we'll sort something out for the charity football if it goes ahead.
We'll make sure it goes ahead.
How
We'll
about
find
just
out.
just a 3-minute scrap?
And Craig Mills you.
It depends. Is it boxing or is it wrestling?
You do tap it quite a bit.
Aye.
I don't like my heat getting squeezed, mate. That's where I draw the line.
He's only got 2 haircuts left to leave me be.
He's pure trying to get me back there. He's heavy trying to get me
I'm
back.
fuming, mate. I'm
I shit your line and everything, mate.
See if it wasn't a shorter episode this week, I'd have gave you a no chance and let you settle it that way, but we don't have anything penciled in.
Nah, we don't.
But Dado Puzzles made it 3 each.
That's
Or 9 each.
That's wild. We need a...
So you look at how many do we have? We had 11 players, so you've got 3, Kay's got 3, you've got 4. So there's one missing. Russell Latipe, no one but Russell Latipe.
No.
I'm surprised actually, because Russell Latipe was in.
That was the one of Ken Dog on it?
That was the one Kenny was on, aye.
What do we think? So, the boys that we know that were taking the penalties then, well, the 5-shot challenge. Who's scoring?
Who is doing it?
Who's scoring the most?
So, who's scoring the most?
Or like, who do you think's going to absolutely...
My money's on Kenny.
Scuddy pants.
Aye, I think Kenny will probably be the best.
Aye. I don't think you and Kenny will be far off each other, but...
But your technique's unbelievable because, so basically you've got a penalty, so we'll start off with the penalty, maybe we might change it up on the day.
Right, so I'll miss
So
that.
the 5 shots, you've got a penalty, and he's a good penalty stopper. He saves like 1 and 2 penalties, mate. He's like 50% ratio or something like that. It might actually be more than that.
I think it's mid. I think I've seen him save more penalties than I've seen.
I am the same. It might actually be higher than 50%.
Well, when I played for your team, I used to always try and dink him at training. And
Are you going to try it?
You just know he's going to stay still for the first one.
Depending
on
I know, but I'm not going to try it because the big man's a cat. But
I actually messaged him. I don't know if we can maybe get the message up on the screen and post, but I messaged him saying I want to dink you, but I'm scared to try it. And he said, if you try it, the next cut it'll be just me fucking lending you. I was like, fair enough.
No, I know he's definitely going to do it.
Me?
I just don't know when he's going to do it.
Big Hooley's doing it. Oh, is that an announcement?
So for yous that don't know, Fraser's pretty big on TikTok. You play football with him?
I play football with Denny Warriors. Aye.
So I don't know. I'll let you introduce him then. You're his boy.
Aye. So I joined a team, Denny Warriors, and Hooley was a part of it. Guy's a baller. Like,
is he?
Aye.
Good player, mate. See if he watches highlights. He's actually decent.
Is he good?
Everybody's got highlights as well, but like, see that way, like Ellie Galaxy's commented on his videos. Like, he's just a really sound boy to have about, and like he says, he as soon as I mentioned about the podcast, he was like, "Oh, that's something that sounds class. I want to get involved with the boys." And then, what a perfect
We're getting him done in here.
We could do.
We'll definitely get him on some kind of guest capacity once we get.
We'll see how he does. I says to him,
if his pants, he's not getting on, mate.
He says to him, he was like, he voice noted me today. He's like, "Oh, I really hope this goes on. I'm not going to do the accent because I can't do a Denny accent, man." But
go, try it, go.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it goes ahead. Not gonna. Sorry, Billy. But I told him to bring his wallet. But no, I think I'm scoring 4 out of 5. I think nobody's topping that. I think Kenny's going to have scud books. Hooley's having scud books.
I'll give you your 5 shots. Tell me if you're going to miss our score, right? So your penalty.
Scoring.
Your free kick.
Scoring.
Score your free kick.
Scoring my free
you
kick.
have a wall as well.
Is it a wall?
You'll need to beat a wall.
Scoring.
Aye. 1v1.
Scoring.
Your volley.
Is it a volley? I thought it was left and right foot. Right, okay. Volley. I need to back myself in the volley because my 50p he's no one either, man.
The header.
Do you know what? It depends who's on the cross.
That's the only one you score the header.
It depends who's on the cross. It depends who's on the cross.
If we need to, we'll do 2 or 3 takes until you get a decent connection. So once you've had good service and you get your shot away, it counts. So if you get... If the first cross is on the money and you're not ready for it, you're not getting it.
So can you do anything on the cross? Can you go for an OV?
I think it's just a first time finish.
Yeah, we'll call it a first time finish. The ball come into the box, you need to attack it.
Because I'm definitely heeding it. I'm no overhead. I will definitely head it.
Watch me absolutely drill this ball knee height tail man. He's done smack the ground. He's made a divot in Milton's pitch.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good day. How many did you back yourself to score?
2.
2.
I reckon either the penalty or the free kick. I'll only score one of them. I know that. And the header I'll definitely score.
What about you?
I'll score my penalty. I'll score my 1v1. Volley, I don't know. I'm hitting miss with volleys, mate.
How are we doing the volley? Is it just a case that somebody's thrown it, or are we
so I think what we'll maybe do.
You better be a fizz, ain't you?
I don't know, mate. See what we might do. See if it's your volley, I'll maybe go behind you and just bounce the ball in front of you, and it'll come up. We'll work out logistics on the day.
But it'll be. I'll be excited for it as well. It's such a good, backing, doing it for the Glasgow Children's Hospital as well. Like doing 100%. Something that we love, football, and being able to provide just even that something just now towards such a thing that's close to people's hearts. So
100%.
Hopefully we will be doing more in the future for this.
We've obviously got our Just Giving page as well, so stick a bit of dough in it.
Aye, of course. Any amount, large or small, is greatly appreciated. We'll leave a link to it down below. And the link's also on our Linktree account on Instagram as well. So head over to
First 50
@WirelessPod.
quid gets a baldy for Connor, man. Connor gets a baldy.
So Argentina, France in the final.
Argentina.
I'm going with the seat. Argentina are not winning this. They're not winning it.
So they're winning it. All right, I give you a Dane. I want Argentina to win it.
No, you can't say what he says. I want them to win it, but who do you think will win it?
What do you mean? The last time I says, I don't want to bet against
I
Brazil,
gave
but
you
then
time.
Croatia, and then what happened? Oh, bing bong, Croatia.
So
I think France will win it, but
you think France
I want
will win it?
Messi to finally win his World Cup because
seat aside.
No,
Argentina's
I think football.
do you
Needs,
think?
Aye.
I think football needs this. I think the world will be gutted if Messi. But if Messi, I don't want to see Messi greeting. Like, I don't want to see it.
We got that stat so wrong, by the way. That 1000th game.
Yeah, I know, mate. I don't know.
How the fuck did we get that so wrong?
I don't know.
I just
it's
seen
on Twitter.
posts about it everywhere.
I was the same. Listen. Maybe I need to stop looking at Twitter for my information. But
There's a lot of things you look on Twitter for.
listen, that's the conversation. Ben, I don't want to know what you got up to on Twitter. Mate. I don't want to know.
XXX.
How do you think the teams will set up?
I think
Do you think Rabiot comes back in?
Rabiot comes back in, and I think France will play a 4-2-3-1.
Upamecano coming back in, or do you think they'll stay with what they had today?
Nah, Upamecano.
I think Upamecano will come back in.
Is it
Kanate or
Kanate.
Varane?
Canadi?
I think they might drop.
Bring it play back three.
But it turns into a back three. So we watched that play when it was playing it today. So we basically see.
Phil Hernandez comes in when it's at the other side, and then.
See, I don't even think he does watching it. I never saw him fill in as a
I
centre
think
half at any
he's the
point.
softest winger left back I've seen in my
Do
life.
you not like him?
It's a touch and he goes doing greeting. I just hate that a bit.
Oh, like that? Alright.
Like,
yeah, he does.
Who was it that done it? Big
He's French, like
Rudiger.
not to be that person, but French, Italian, and Spanish football is like that.
But Rudiger, when he wasn't doing it, it was against Japan. The boy literally touched his hip, and you would have thought this guy got shot with a 50 cal. Like it was mental, mate. But anyway, going back to the topic, I'm getting a wee bit heated. I think Argentina will bully them physically, and I don't think France will be able to manage that. I don't think the ref's going to give cards out in the first 20-30 minutes, and that's where they're going to do their damage. Argentina go to a head, game's done.
I think, like I was saying earlier, I think they'll play. I agree with you. I think they're going to come at them. I think Argentina's going to come at them. I think Paredes will play the first 45 to maybe an hour. And I think he's just going to go in there, snap. I literally think he's just going to go in there to just go and kick people. That's what he does, and he's good at it. He breaks play up well. I don't know if you've seen in the last game, Messi looked as if he was going to lose the ball, and the guy's chasing Messi down. Messi cuts in across his own box, and Paredes just
box him. I seen that.
That's the kind of things that he does. He's aggressive like that. He kicks the ball into dugouts. That's his game.
He absolutely
He's very keen, like.
it, but
He's very keen, like.
He just loves it.
He just loves the aggression thing. It's in him, and I think he stops the football playing French midfield for playing football. I think he's the one that's going to stop them from playing the ball forward.
I think even watching part of that Morocco game, the only player that I seen got in the ball in the mid was Tchouaméni. I thought Griezmann picked up a lot on the right.
Tchouaméni and Griezmann are going to be pivotal if France go to win. They're going to be at like the most pivotal. I don't even think Mbappe. I think Mbappe will score and blah and all that, right? But I think strictly playing football, I think it's going to be Griezmann and Tchouaméni who dictate the game if France are going to go to win. And the simple fact is, and not to be basic, but the simple fact is, if you can stop Messi, you stop the game.
I think so. I think that's been highlighted. The only team to beat Argentina in the World Cup this year is Saudi Arabia. You had 3 guys around Messi every time he had it. No one else was. Don't want to say they weren't capable of doing anything, but I think their whole game plan was so fixated on getting Messi on the ball that it was almost like, right, okay, what's plan B? So for me, I would agree with that. I think that is their weak point, France. I think the fullback. Listen, the fullback options aren't great at this tournament. I think there's a couple that should have went in their place, but I think teams have looked to exploit the left back, and I think it was Rio Ferdinand was talking about it today, saying a third of the chances that they concede are down that left hand side. So I think that's definitely the weak spot.
So
if
do
Messi
you
get
think,
in that pocket?
Do you think they play Tchouaméni as the higher midfielder on the right then? To try and combat that?
I think
or do you think they bring
Tchouaméni,
Rabiot back in
Rabiot,
and put him on the right instead of the left?
Tchouaméni, Rabiot, and let Griezmann go ahead.
I would agree with that. I think if you've got Tchouaméni and Rabiot sitting, that's enough to cover it.
That's what I mean, but what about them to play on the right hand side? Who's capable enough to stop them from coming inside?
Tchouaméni.
I think Rabiot's probably better than.
Rabiot, he's
I would say
Rabiot's
Rabiot's
left-footed,
probably.
but
he's left footed.
That's why. That's
see
why
if
he's
Messi's
more
going to
capable
cut in.
if he
If
cuts in.
he's facing this way to try and stop him coming across.
So you're
he'll be
saying
able to tackle across him.
so you're saying Rabiot's playing the left centre mid?
No,
I was-
Rabiot's playing on the right because Messi
No,
will go
no,
on the
left.
left cutting in. Oh, I on
Messi
the
plays
left.
on the right,
Aye, that's how it's got. Aye,
Aye.
Rabiot on the left, Tchouameni on the right, 100%.
Nah, I would agree with that. What are you saying for a score? He's going to be that bold.
3-0 Argentina.
3-0.
Do you know if? Oh no, you said that you wanted Argentina to win, didn't you?
Aye, of course I do.
I can't write a France for a
It
goal.
won't be 3-0.
I can't write a France for a goal. I'm going to say 1-1 Argentina pens.
I was going to say 1-1 extra time Argentina.
Could you handle it if it goes to penalties and Messi
No.
missed?
No, I wouldn't watch it.
I
Does
would
Messi
struggle
chip
with
it?
Aye, of course you would.
that. Nah.
Of course
Nah.
you would.
Did you see his penalty the other night?
That was lovely.
Unbelievable.
Lovely.
Unbelievable.
Rocket.
For me, this is the most animated I've ever been watching international football when it's no
Scotland.
Scotland. So
Just Messi, man. The way he runs, the way, like
He needs
honestly.
to, no, boys, come on, he needs to. It needs to. That's it. The full fairy tale when everything would sign off. Messi, he could go to any club he wanted. It go to America if he wants. That's it. He's done everything in football. He's won every single thing that he could. That's it. Then he's done. He's the best player of all time.
if you
That's
said
it.
you didn't think it was going to be 3-0, what do you think it's going to be?
What's that again? Sorry, what?
The
After
result.
you said 3-0, he went, it won't be 3-0, but. So
Um,
what
Aye,
actual
but
score did you
I
put?
think one each and then Argentina in extra time.
Extra time, pens. I'm going to say France 2-1 in 90 minutes.
90.
I cannot believe you just said that.
I
Listen,
think.
mate,
I think. Do you know
I'm
what?
going to be gutted watching it when it happens, but I just
You're no
don't
far
think-
off it. I just feel France have been there before, and
Aye, I think so.
But they would be the first country to win back-to-back World Cups.
I don't know. About that.
Since I don't know, they spoke about it earlier. There's two teams have done it before. One was like the 30s and one was 2002 or something like that. I don't remember who it was. I think Brazil done it 1998 and 2002, if I'm right.
No, 2002 was Italia. No, that was Italia 90. Brazil didn't win Italia 90.
He's talking about 98 or 90.
Oh no, sorry. Aye.
98
Thought
and
you said
2002, I'm sure.
West,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But
Maybe aye.
It's been class covering this, mate. It
Aye,
has
it's been
been.
really
It's
good
been
watching it,
unreal.
innit? It's
Got
been
what?
good.
One more.
Two more. Oh well, we've not actually spoke about that. What are you going to say for the third, fourth game?
To be honest, man, I don't think I'll watch it.
I'll definitely watch it.
Morocco, Croatia.
I think Croatia
I
won.
think Croatia. Aye.
I'm going to say Morocco 1-0.
I don't know. I think it's.
Croatia 3-2.
You get a medal for coming third, don't you?
Aye.
So I Modric would want to go to a medal.
I don't know. I can maybe see Croatia. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens, but that pretty much covers it. We've got to cover, boys. I'm actually going to be gutted when this football stuff's done.
I know.
Same mate. Get
It's
it up,
back.
Craig. First of all.
You can't say that when you don't know what the.
Aye, you wait till you've actually beaten to.
Mate, you should
top
know
league.
this. We don't talk until it's done.
Aye, definitely. Do your talking on the park.
No.
It could be 3-0 before half
No,
time.
every time I say that, I get sent off, mate. Can I get sent? Is there any way I can get sent off?
Do you know what you do? If you slide down that big hill at Milton
You give me the win.
and nothing but your boxers, and you slide all the way down it,
Please don't, mate, because
I'll give you 3 points.
mate, he's at Paul and Atini on Friday, so he will turn up
Well,
steaming.
I'm at the View on Thursday night.
The
well,
view?
I'm going to the View to watch the View in the band.
Alright, okay.
He didn't even know that was a
on
band.
Thursday night.
I
Then
thought he was going up to the fort to
then I-
watch like, some
then I've
Christmas
got-
film or
I'll-
something with the missus.
I love my Scottish artists, by the way, so I've got the View on Thursday night, then I've got Friday night off, then I've got Pal and Natania on Friday night, so I'm going to be rough, then drinking again, and then rough for Saturday, and we are kicking off at what time?
10.
Aye, so it's
So we're recording at 10 o'clock,
I'll
playing
probably pick
football,
you up
and
about
I'm going to, at what time? What? Don't even say
8:30.
8:30, mate.
Yes.
half 8, mate.
Oh my god.
'Cause
mate.
we-
It's in Milton, mate.
We need to go and pick up Kenny. Do you need to get Fraser, or is Fraser just going to make his own way?
Hurley will get his end with it. Hurley's bringing somebody as well, aye. So
Is he?
he's gonna create some content as well, so that'll be good.
Oh, okay,
Mate,
nice.
well, I'm going to have to drink while we're doing it, because I'm going to be rough.
Cheers,
Well
guys.
done.
It has been entertainment tonight, mate.
It has been entertainment. Thank you very much
Thanks
for
a lot,
watching,
guys.
troops.
Thank you.
Like,
Cheers.
share, and subscribe.